Hey guys, Ailes here. Welcome to one of my no-nonsense boss guides for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. This is an optional boss found in the Bellorat Tower settlement, and is usually the first main boss most players will encounter. Just like all my guides, this video will be broken down into 3 parts. First, we will discuss how to approach the fight. Second, we will look at how to decrease the time of the fight, aka how to kill it faster. And finally, in the third part, we will break down the Divine Beast Dashing Lion's moves and see how to dodge every single one of them. This is a very aggressive boss with short punish windows. The flow of it reminds me a lot of Sekiro. Once you get the rhythm of the fight, its health bar will start going down very fast. The main reason I see most players die to this boss, including myself, is either by being overwhelmed by the fast combos or by getting too greedy. That loops back to reason number 1. You always want to stay to the center of the arena to avoid having to deal with the bad camera angles. Also, sound cues are very important for some of his moves to time your dodges, so I would recommend you to turn sound effects volume up to the maximum. For phase 1, you need to stick close to it, but not in a position that it makes it difficult to see its face. This is very crucial to recognize which attack will come next. You will need to time your dodges correctly, and during those punish windows, take your turn to deal some good damage. As for my build, I use dual katanas, with Blood Nakakiba with Seppuku Ash of War, and the Hand of Malenia on the other hand. My 4 talismans are Erdtree's Favor +2, Two-Headed Turtle Talisman, Rotten Winged Sword Insignia, and Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Before I enter the arena, I use Golden Vow, drink a flask of Opaline Heart Tear and Crystal Tear. Now let's see how to decrease the time of the fight. It is a good rule of thumb to avoid boss fights until you have gathered at least some Scadutree fragments. I would advise at least 5, and ideally close to 8, as it is the first boss of the DLC. Also keep in mind, Scadutree fragments increase your damage dealt for 5% level, and they also decrease damage taken for around 4 to 5%. The Divine Beast Dancing Lion is weak to fire, hemorrhage and Scarlet Rot. On phase 2, pierce damage also increases, and it is strong versus slash, magic, lightning and holy damage, which it takes 40% less. For those of you who like using Spirit Ashes, Mimic is the obvious choice here. It can tank all of the attacks, allowing you to find openings to strike. When there is an opening, run in, attack a few times and then retreat. Comboing Mimic with Bleed will make this fight extremely easy. Now, let's break down the Divine Beast Dancing Lion attacks and see how you can counter them. Its first attack is the Smoke Blast. This is a very straightforward attack and is usually the first you will encounter when you enter the arena. The boss will start blowing smoke from a static position. What you want to do is run towards your left or your right. Try to also close the gap to get the chance for a free hit. The next move is the Rotating Smoke Blast. This move is similar to the regular Smoke Blast, but instead of being static, the boss moves towards you while performing 3 spins. You have 2 options to deal with this attack. You can either run away from the boss until the attack finishes, or you can take a more aggressive approach. As soon as you see the boss charging the attack, run beneath it and stay behind it while it rotates. This will give you the opportunity to deal some free damage at the end of the attack. Next is the Ground Smash. This move is very easy to dodge. When you see the boss jump into the air, simply roll as it starts coming down. You can time it perfectly if you roll the moment it roars, or when you see its mouth opening. There is also a static delayed variation of the Ground Smash, which you can easily dodge by moving behind the boss. Another way to know when to dodge is by rolling the moment you hear the boss roar. Now for the bite attacks. The first and most deadly is the grab bite. There are 2 ways to consistently dodge this attack, but it can be a bit tricky. You can either roll twice immediately after it jumps twice, or wait for its head to reach your height and roll at that exact moment. The next and most basic attack is the side bite, and it usually is the first one of an upcoming combo. What you want to do is simply dodge backwards when the boss tilts its head. One combo is side bite to a tail whip. Roll twice to dodge both attacks. Next is the double bite. Simply dodge backwards and to your left. If you are not in the boss's face, you can simply outrun it. Next is the running spinning attack, which is the hardest attack to dodge. There are 2 ways to time your rolls correctly. The first method is to pay attention to its jaw, similar to the bite attacks. Once the head is rotated to 90 degrees, roll quickly. You need to do this twice. For the third dodge, roll away from the head, as it will perform a head slam attack. The second and easier method is to know that you have to dodge every 1.25 seconds, and you have to do this 3 times. Simply count 1 and 2 and 3, and you will be able to time its spin perfectly. Now let's dive into phase 2. In this phase, the boss enters lightning mode, which introduces a completely new ability and a new electrifying effect that changes the dynamics of the fight. Most of its attacks will now cause lightning to strike the targeted area after a short delay, adding a new extra layer of challenge. The new ability is called Lightning Bolt. The boss throws at you a powerful lightning bolt which not only deals damage on impact, but also leaves a charged area where lightning will strike shortly after. This means you need to stay alert and expect to roll once you see the boss charge its hand, or the moment you hear the audio cue. The Smoke Blast and Rotating Smoke Blast now deal lightning damage and are faster and have slightly bigger hitboxes. When you see the Lightning Blast, instead of running spam roll to avoid getting caught by its fast speed. After Lightning mode, the boss enters Wind mode, which introduces two completely new abilities. The first ability is the Moving Tornado. After casting for a few seconds, the boss will send towards your direction a big tornado that deals massive damage. The second ability is the Wind Blast. After a very short cast time, a Wind Blast will come towards your direction that deals a moderate amount of damage. Good thing is that these abilities on this phase are super easy to dodge, as all you need to do is run towards any direction to avoid getting caught inside the damage radius. After Wind mode, the boss enters Ice mode, which introduces one completely new ability and adds a Frost Blast radius on all attacks that apply Frostbite. The new ability is called Ice Stomp. The boss raises its foot and stomps the ground, summoning multiple ice shards around the impact area. This ability is identical to Godfrey's Stomp attack, and you dodge it by jumping the moment the ice shards start spreading on the ground. Dodging backwards and to the left seems to also work. One thing to also note is that the spinning attack on Ice mode leaves an ice storm at the head stomp location for a very short time, which builds up Frostbite extremely fast, so be careful to not get caught inside the storm. And there you have it. With these strategies, you should be able to defeat the Divine Beast Dashing Lion with ease. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow Tarnished, and leave your thoughts or any additional tips in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more Elden Ring guides. Good luck and happy gaming!